Good morning. Today we're going to be taking a look at XRP, both in US dollars and Korean currency, Bitcoin, some VLO data, liquidity, and the Sigma coin. So, all right, welcome to no man's land. So we basically have worked off the lows here with a rising wedge that we were looking for our wave one. From that wave one, we've now corrected for a wave two, and now we've moved up impulsively to the top of the range, getting us to a couple things here. So we have the plus one deviation VWAP for the breakdown. We also then have the equal measured move right here where this green line is placed, which is the 251.74. We got right back up to it, rejected, okay? And now, yet, despite that, here on the US dollar price, we have not set a new low crossing into wave one and resulting in a sweep of that region before heading higher. So now, in addition to that, we're also fighting up against or back testing the fair market value, which is this white line right here. And we've actually broken out with this very, very straightforward up and down kind of price action, which then was taken back. So we've, in a sense, closed the gap. So that gap has been closed. So basically, we're in no man's land. We went all the way down to the bottom of the range, pretty easy to see the trade, all the way back up to the top of the range with a measured move, rejected it with 5 waves down. Okay, so that's alarming, right? Because as soon as you see 5 waves, you expect a 3-wave back up again, and then another 5-wave back down to maybe this point on the range here. So we have that, and with all that, we haven't invalidated the ability to go up or down. So we're kind of, like I said at the beginning here, we're in no man's land. So we're just gonna have to watch price action. The thing that would tell me to think that we were heading lower is this potential breakdown being 5 waves. So that's the question mark right here for everybody. Is this 5 waves going to result in an ABC back up, probably to like 246, and then a rollover? Or do we manage to make it past all this and get a new high set pushing to the top of the range? Well, then all bets are off. We're on our way. Let's get out of here, right? So so that is where we are. So basically, one of those great, wonderful moments where it's because of the setup here, we have no invalidation of the wave count, a 5-wave move to the downside, which would indicate another rollover is potentially occurring, a gap closure, but then potentially another gap right here, and all of that together makes you really just going to find out if 246 is my guess that we'll roll over on, or anything ahead of time, and we just can't sustain it and we go there. But we did do a back test that was very clean of this level that would hold support. So literally no man's land. So we're just gonna have to wait for price action to play out, give us an idea of what we're doing. So we jump over to Korea and we say, okay, how you doing, Korea? Well, Korea has also got the same no man's land. So this green line is a 50-week moving average for Korea. This blue line is the 200-day moving average. And yet Korea actually is probably telling us that we will roll over one more time, because you have a 5-wave out, ABC down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves up again, almost pinpoint tagging the equal measured move of the ABC up. And now we have done a 5-wave move to the downside. So Korea is probably leaning towards that we do a corrective move back up to the 8-day moving average, get back up here, and then we roll over, close the gap, and maybe even go lower into a new low on the Korean currency version of XRP. So Korea's leaning towards down, okay? Now, Bitcoin, what are we doing? Well, Bitcoin didn't set a new low. So here is our level, and Bitcoin barely ekes out a higher low right off of that spot there. So we have just basically this higher low coming into play here. It's got a great bounce off of it, and it kind of did it with a very weird price action. So here's your initial 5 waves. That is all choppy. We then do an ABC back down again. We then have an equal measured move taking us above 110, 245. We then break out, back test it, lose it, and now we're actually still in no man's land. Yay, we love no man's land. So as of right now, Bitcoin has told us that it's okay, and it's not planning on breaking down because it held this higher low, and we're looking for an impulsive move off the lows here. So very intriguing for Bitcoin, as it may want to roll over one more time. And so we have that in the cards. And then finally, more no man's land. Okay, here's XRP again. We are at massive increase in open interest. Look at that. it's short. So all the shorts are loading up, and they're getting more and more and more onboarded to expect that rollover. Price action's giving them what they want with the rollover, but they're still getting more, right? All into that breakdown. You can see just the massive increase, and then it went all short. But then look at this, spot buying. So retail market buys are coming in and purchasing it straight at whatever price it is, and it's going up again and reclaiming all of the move that it did. In fact, we actually even moved up just barely right here. You can see we actually fell in price action, and now it's gone above and beyond and set a new high in retail spot buying, with leverage shorts moving into it and open interest already starting to increase towards the unhealthy level where we're actually in the healthy zone, but moving back up into where it should be from before. So we have a lot of leverage players taking the down bet while retail is buying, and we're seeing XRP price action increase above where it even was yesterday, where it was at a prior level. So they're seeing this as a discount and buying it. So very intriguing. Lots of no man's land. This one is one of those where I just wish I could tell you what I think is going to happen. As of right now, the best I can say is if we did do the 5-wave move down, the expectation is we would roll back up to 246.5 estimation, somewhere in this region, reject, and then come back down and back test 232, and maybe somewhere in here I just missed a 5-wave count that I just can't see at this point in time, and or can't see it on the Korean chart either. Maybe there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it just doesn't look right. And then we have an equal measured move here. So I'm just, at this point thinking a rollover is in the cards, but the Bitcoin is saying otherwise. So is the VLOD data. And the liquidity is telling us that we have either side is the play. So this is one of those, well, we're just going to see together, I guess. So, and then one more data point, whales are moving back up and starting to accumulate with a beautiful bull flag after an ABC. So we have a 1, 2, and then you have a 3, 4, 5, and then we have a ABC back down again. And now we're getting ready to push out again and move up into a new level. So they are accumulating with the whole thing, along with Sigma Coin has had an impulsive 5-wave move off the lows, and now it's done its own 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, along with XRP coming back to its origin of a massive liquidity spike here. So do we roll up and then roll over one more time just to back test it? But the good news is, on all of those questions, we have actually gotten back into the wedge. So we had fallen out of this wedge. We're now back into it. So the deviation is now ending and we're back into supply. Good thing is our 4-hour RSI is resetting. The 1 hour has also reset, and our 3-day is still just starting its journey. Again, massively positive. So Sigma's telling us that it has the ability to kind of get back into here and chop. Looks like we got that initial first 5-wave move, and now we're doing our corrective 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back up again, and then one more breakdown probably to sweep to the million market cap to close that gap, and then we can get out of here. So, but as of right now, that is a 5-wave move ultimately. So looks bullish, looks great. May not even give us that retest, but again, the way it did it with 5 waves makes me think otherwise. So so this is one of the less adamant videos for this morning. So we're just going to see price action. So areas of interest to watch. We want to see if we can get back above 246.77. If we can't even muster back up there and beyond, then that's likely that we've rejected the 8-day, the 50-week, and this VWAP that comes off the high here. Okay. But yet we haven't crossed. If we cross and lose this level of 239.25, well, then we know down is in the way. And finally, we just watch Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is also supporting a potential flat that it's completed now with a potential breakout. And if Bitcoin starts clearing in 111.8 and just marching its way out of here, then we are fine. So, and then lastly, will the shorts be burned? They are loading up heavy, they are loading up strong, and they are going against spot buying, which is exactly what you want to see. Shorts piling in, spot buying manifesting, price action go down, tells me there's going to be trouble for the shorts here very soon, which we know are loaded on the short time frames and even the longer time frames where we go to the 2-week. We can see that the shorts are massively stacked up above when this decides to load. And as that's loading, we know that the whales are stepping in and that these memes are popping off. So definitely an intriguing puzzle picture right now. So we're just gonna have to watch to see how price action plays and just be ready for it. But there's all your very little leverage to the downside, massive to the upside. So not sure if one more sweep to the low is in the cards, but we'll find out together. So all right, thanks so much for watching, and we will check in tomorrow.